Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, the Board Secretary caused notice of the meeting to be given to the public and the press on January 5th, 2017. Mrs. Atherton, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Donner? Mr. Miller? Mr. Munoz? Here. Mr. Silverstein?
Here.
Mrs. Turnbull? Here. Mr. Walcott? Mrs. Silberschlag? Here. Mrs. Cornelison?
Here. Okay, we are going to move to our Pledge of Allegiance. Yes, everyone please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Mrs. Atherton, are there any communications?
There are several. First of all, congratulations to Mrs. Jackie Shanis on her tenure as a board member for 25 years.
Yay. Yes, thank you.
New Jersey School Board Association Sustainability Leadership Conference on May 24th. Best practices, strategies, and tips for schools in New Jersey on June 9th. I'm sorry, thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
New Jersey School Boards Association Executive Directors Reflections from May 17th. New Jersey School Board Association's Weekly Program Update from May 11th. New Jersey School Boards Association School Board Notes from May 10th and May 17th. GSCS News and Notes, May 13th and May 17th. New Jersey School Board Association's National Connections News Bites, May 4th. New Jersey School Boards Association National Connection Daily, May 5th through May 18th. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
I move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of May 8th, 2017.
Moved by Mr. Silverstein, seconded by Mrs. Shanis. Any discussion? Okay, Mrs. Atherton?
I think it's all in favor.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I abstain.
Okay.
I abstain. Okay. All right. All set. Moving on to superintendent's report. Mr. Davino.
A lot of student recognitions. It's that time of year, and our students are doing quite well. So, to start off, Madison Morley, a student at Dayton, was honored by NJPSA with the School Leadership Scholarship Award in the amount of $2,000. She was one of 25 students statewide to receive awards. 4 of those students were from Union County. I'll pass this around so you see a picture of Dr. Francis with Madison at that award ceremony at NJPSA. 7th grade FMG students. There was an annual Law Day contest. The topic was the 14th Amendment, Transforming American Democracy. The following students have finished and are from the 7th grade social studies class at Gordonier. First place winners received $100 and a certificate of recognition. Second place received $50 and a certificate, and third place were $25. In the essay contest, Iris Brody was a first place finisher. In the poster contest, Gianna Giuliano and Rebecca Graber got second place finishes. And in the poem spoken word rap contest, Nathan Hafizi and finished second, and Abby Glass third. Congratulations to our FMG students. We were fortunate to receive notice of one of our students who was highlighted in Springfield, well, this was from the Suburban News and was also, I believe, a tap into Springfield. But Marissa Steiner, junior here at Jonathan Dayton, is the co-coordinator of a local fundraising event called Cranford Area Promise Walk for preeclampsia. And she's been co-coordinating it since 2012. And New Jersey Promise Walk events raised nearly $200,000 for research, and Marissa is one of the keys to that successful fundraising. I'll pass this around if anybody would take a look at the article. Congratulations, Marissa, on a job well done. We then have sophomore Caitlin McTurnan, finished first place in the high jump in the Union County Valley Conference meet on May 15th. She finished sixth place in the triple jump at the Union County Championship meet on May 19th, and she also continues to rank as number 2 in the entire state Group 1 North 2 for javelin. So congratulations to
Bless you.
sophomore Caitlin. With those numbers, we anticipate some,
Especially in the high jump.
yeah,
It seems that every year we
have somebody there. Sure.
That's all right.
Additionally, at the NJSIAA Scholar Athletes Luncheon held on Sunday, May 21st in Edison, Carly Fitzpatrick, a girls softball and soccer player, attended, and Carly received a $500 scholarship from ShopRite, and she was in attendance with Lance Jacobs, our athletic director, and head softball coach Pam Della Leve, and her parents. So congratulations to Carly for that successful event. The UCIAC, that's the Union County Inter-Athletic Scholar Athlete Banquet, held May 24th at the Westwood. Jared Horowitz, boys soccer and boys tennis, and Marina Quinta, girls volleyball and softball, will be attending on the 24th, along with their parents, Coach Shactel, Della Lave, and Athletic Director Lance Jacobs for UCIAC honors. Golf, our boys golf team, folks, are the 2017 Union County Conference Mountain Division champions. Congratulations to the golf team. Softball, North 2 Group 1 sectional tournament. Second round game was originally scheduled for today at Hoboken. That's been rescheduled to Tuesday, May 23rd. Our boys are also in the tournament in the North 2 Group 1 sectional. Their first round game was against Somerset Votech, has been rescheduled for Tuesday, May 23rd here. Is this an additional? Or?
No, that's
Just
what you passed around.
Boys tennis advanced to the North 2 Group 1 sectional tournament third round match. Unfortunately, they were defeated by Glenridge, but congratulations to the boys making it into the third round match in boys tennis. And our lacrosse boys won their first game, defeating Wardlaw Hartridge Union Catholic Co-op 8-6 last week. Congratulations to them. And we also have honors going out to the following students. Drama 1 students, Ethan Blanco, Anthony Santucci, Isaiah Williams, Anaya Baskerville, Sabrina Bosworth, Ali Mohammed, Jonathan Blackmore, August Lim, and Vincent Aignan. Okay, Ayan, have had their original one-act plays that they wrote in class selected as finalists in the Action Theater Conservatory Studios Young Playwrights Competition. Their scripts will be produced and performed by professional directors and actors on June 9th. And if chosen among the top three, they will be recorded and published for the website, the Action Theater Conservatory website, as well as our own. So congratulations to those young poet playwrights.
Very nice.
So a large number of student awards and announcements. We also received notice today that New Jersey school boards will be promoting our presentation on SSEP 9 and 11 at New Jersey school boards this fall. The program, we have a 1-hour presentation that has been selected. In fact, we have put in for 3. That was the only one selected because of the significant number of application for presentation, and only about a third get selected. So we will be presenting the results of the SSEP mission, SSEP 9 mission, and the hopes of the SSEP 11 mission, and our preparations. I signed a letter today committing us to SSEP 12. So we'll be on that mission as well. And that concludes the superintendent's report.
I move to accept and approve the superintendent's report as presented.
Moved by Mr. Silverstein, seconded by Mr. Munoz. Any discussion? Okay. Do all in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions? Opposed? No? All right, I know I did backwards. All right, we are going to move on to the public input of items on the agenda of the regular meeting. If anybody would like in the public to come up and talk about the agenda? No? Okay. Let's move on to the business portion. Mr. Miller, would you please move finance for us?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Miller, seconded by Mr. Silverstein. Any discussion? Mrs. Atherton, could you please call the roll?
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Munoz?
Yes.
Mrs. Shanis? Mr. Silverstein?
Yes.
Mrs. Turnbull? Mr. Walcott? Mrs. Zilberschlag? Mrs. Cornelison?
Yes, motion passes. Mr. Silverstein, school government, please.
I'd like to move.
Wait, before you do that, do you have to separate out by,
In the past, we certainly can.
I don't know for that, if you have to.
I don't think you had to.
You
Yeah.
were still
that's why it was
you were still provided. So unless
Yes.
you have a reason to vote against it
Right.
or want to abstain, it can all go. In the past, it has all gone
Okay.
together.
All right,
So
I was just.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
So with that, unless you want to,
I'm okay.
I
I've
would
read it.
move motions 1 through 5 with a roll call vote.
Moved by Mr. Silverstein, seconded by Mrs. Shanis. Any discussion? Mrs. Atherton, would you please call the roll?
Excuse me 1 second. Silverstein, you moved that? And Mrs. Shanis, you seconded?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Munoz?
Yes.
Mrs. Shanis? Mr. Silverstein?
Yes.
Mrs. Turnbull? Mr. Walcott? Mrs. Silberschlag?
Yes.
Mrs. Cornelison?
Yes. Motion passes. Mr. Wilcott, Buildings and Grounds, please. Moved by Mr. Wilcott, seconded by Mrs. Shanis. Any discussion? Mrs. Atherton, would you please call the roll?
1 second. get the hang of this sooner or later.
Just in time for you to leave.
Just, yeah. Okay. Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Munoz? Mrs. Shanis? Mr. Silverstein?
Yes.
Mrs. Turnbull? Mr. Walcott? Mrs. Silberschlag? Mrs. Cornelison?
Yes, motion passes. Okay, we've come to open public session. If there's anybody in the open public that would like to come up and speak, please do so now.
Even if you're in the closed public and want to speak.
Exactly, even if you're not there, you can come up and speak. Okay, let's go into new business. So we have on here June 19th, 2017, the regular meeting. We're proposing to have it at 4:00 p.m. And I think that is a motion that Mr. Clark has already put in, correct?
No, he has not put
no.
it in, but it can be.
Yeah,
Okay.
why don't I make the
Do it.
motion and then we can talk about it. I move
Great.
to move the June 19th, 2017 regular meeting of the Board of Education from 7:30 p.m. in the IMC here at Jonathan Dayton High School to 4 p.m. here in the IMC at Jonathan Dayton High School, so as not to conflict with the FMG moving up ceremony.
Moved by Mr. Silverstein, seconded by Mr. Munoz.
Okay, so in
I
terms
can
of
do it all in
discussion,
favor?
wait,
Or
yeah, just,
discussion.
is there anybody
That cannot.
who can't make that? I think we went around last time. Okay.
Okay.
But can everybody
Anybody
else? So we've got a quorum regardless,
Okay.
and this is for the one on the 19th.
Okay, and we can do it all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion passes for that.
So Mr. Clark will do the public notice
Yes.
required for that.
Mhm.
And then we have a regular meeting on June 5th at 7:30 in the IMC here. That's our regular meeting, okay? Is there any other new business or old business?
For those of you who watched Saturday Night Live, this past weekend, Jonathan Dayton High School made a guest appearance as their high school for their award ceremony skit. They had the front of our building with our electronic sign, and they put the name of Millwood High School over it.
Twice in 2 years, yeah, they did it last year.
How did that,
Yeah.
do we get any royalties for that?
But we happened to flip it on just as the skit
No,
came on.
no
and we're all like, "Whoa, we know
We
that."
should, actually.
So, thank you.
Can we find out why we're not getting royalties for that when the?
That's what I just said.
Oh, did you?
I just said that, of course. I wish I'd known that. I was Melissa McCarthy hosted, right? Was that it, or?
No, this was The Rock, I think.
Oh, The Rock, okay. I probably could. That's right. Actually, I'm gonna do that tonight.
Just
Okay.
so everyone's aware, when we do these group motions, because this has come up, we've all been in the situation where you realize, oh, I
wasn't.
really should have asked for that to be separated, and I forgot to ask. There's nothing wrong. We separate out because it makes it easier for Matt, but we don't have to make Matt's life easy all the time. So there's nothing wrong with saying if you get into that situation, you realize, oh, I really should abstain on this, or I'm voting yes on all of them, but that one I want to vote no on. There's nothing wrong with saying yes as to all of them, but I abstain on 5 or no on 5. It makes his life a little more it's easier for him, but if you realize you're in that situation, don't feel like you can't do it. I mean, you can still, there's ways to fix it. So we've all found ourselves there at one time or another.
I just wanted to go back to Jackie's dinner that I missed. But I do want to say congratulations, because 25 years, I've only been on like a 10th of that, and I can't imagine. I know the work that you've put in, and I just want to say thank you. From here, that you've sat in the seat and you've been all over this in every one of these seats, and I know it's a big job, and so I do want to say thank you in public and recognize the work that you've done. So I appreciate it. So congratulations, absolutely. That's a long time.
There were other people honored, but nobody else honored for 25 years.
No one else.
At the dinner the other night.
Not
It was a
even
great dinner
close,
and great
right?
to see Jackie.
But I thought it was
recognized.
very interesting because they did say in Cape May County there were 2 board members who were just recognized for 50 years on the board.
150 and 155.
How old are they?
We figured-
How old is
My
their?
son figured they had to be in their 70s.
I mean,
easily if they ran
They were
when they were in
20s.
their 20s.
Yeah.
Don't count.
no, not quite that long. So
But besides recognizing Jackie's accomplishments at the
It was
It
turned
was,
on.
you just turned it on, right?
Speak about some great events taking
I believe
He was the last one to say
conscripted
that.
would be a better, yeah.
but very eloquently spoke
Finger by his nose.
Yes.
Yeah.
what we've done and made it a point to stress the fact that we've done
Mm.
some of the extra funding that they get. Another thing I'd just like to add for that. Written, written so well, it was so touching, and it really made all of us proud. Don't even, you can tell how it made
I
you feel.
called him
But,
once I got
But
home.
as a representative of Springfield, sitting there and hearing those words from our superintendent being spoken about a board member,
Thank you.
thank you for that.
Actually wrote something
Very
down.
nice flowers from Eric.
Yeah, I actually,
So thank you for the flowers and from Ellen.
Oh,
You're welcome.
actually wrote something.
I was gonna say, you
Yeah,
actually
that
wrote
was
something
when I
down.
called
He
him,
did.
did.
I interrupted him at dinner, and the first thing I said is, I was so impressed that it was written down, because you always.
You better save that
without
note.
it, And I couldn't, when Matt told me he had words to speak, I was like, what, did Mike make me memorize it? And then he's like, no, he actually wrote the whole thing down.
That's
And-
really nice.
And delivered very well by Matt. Every time he got to I, he would say, and remember, this is Mike Davino talking. I mean, not that I don't agree with him, I do, but, I didn't write it.
Right. That's really funny. Yeah, that was really nice. Thank you.
Along with your discipline. I'm gonna say probably 4 or 5 years. They're gonna step it up next year, and they've got a lot more options available to them. And this costs our district PTSO nothing, but the PTSO makes money off it.
Mhm.
The parents pay. There is a summer program. Apparently this year there's an SAT that's being given in August. I think it was either August 27th or August 28th, which I thought was interesting because it's good for those students who play fall sports, because the SAT always finds its way to conflict
Game.
Mhm.
with a game or a practice.
That's
And
nice.
plus, it really gives the students the whole summer prep
Mhm.
for the exam, and then take it before they walk back in their respective school buildings. So the one program does run, I think, the most of the summer, which is a good thing. That the PTSO working hard to help the students score better.
Yeah, I was at the FMG, it was last week, I forgot about
Yeah,
it.
I know. That's why
I was at
I'm
the FMG PTA meeting on Friday.
Mhm.
They're getting ready for all their end of the year festivities. Moving up was a big topic, as well as field day and the DC trip. So they're all getting ready and planning all their programming for next year.
Yeah.
So all good.
And I was at the Caldwell PTA meeting on the 9th. And they're also getting ready for end of the year stuff and for field day and for everything. So, yeah, know that too.
I know Sandmeyer had theirs, but they kept changing it, so they weren't able to have a board rep there. And Walton, I don't know who was supposed to go to Walton. They're not having it, okay. Okay. Oh, all right, so you'll report the next meeting. And who's next on the township meeting? Oh. Yeah.
Because I'm not here for the next meeting, so I
Right.
won't be able to.
I think Mark is on for tomorrow.
No, I'm sorry, I'm June 13th. I
Oh.
thought that was the next one. Yeah, there's one tomorrow.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, the town canceled and Hillary, they didn't tell me.
I'm like, I literally like ran out of the responsible. Oh yeah, sorry, like I'm done, and left the kids all there, and then like got there,
And nobody was
the
there.
doors locked, and then I go to the police station, like, he's like, oh, there's no meeting. I'm like, am I that crazy? I
That's
was texting her,
happened to
like,
me
am I
before.
crazy?
I've gotten a
I've told her
sitter.
nine.
I
She's
know,
like,
and it's a
"That's what
problem.
it is."
I've gotten a
I told
sitter
them to
and
let us
God
know,
showed
because
up.
we come, you know, we
I was
go.
like, okay.
So when they cancel, they don't put it up on the door that the township
It wasn't
meeting's
on
been
It wasn't
canceled?
even on.
It wasn't on their sign, because
Nope,
they posted
nope.
it on the sign.
No. Yes,
I
they
think
do.
probably did some
They may have put it in the
weird
paper,
stuff,
but-
I'm not, like, thinking to like check.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah,
It's
so
on
did I.
Saturday.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So much talent.
All either super talented or super brave.
Some
But
both.
not brave and talented.
And some are
Oh,
both,
sorry.
yes. But no, it was really.
Of course. It's great. It's always every year. It's so great to see some of these kids get up that are, you know, you wouldn't normally see get up. So I think it gives them an opportunity. I like giving them that opportunity. I really do.
And under the heading of brave and all very talented, I went to the
Oh, yes, the
choir concert, the FMG and
I was there.
Dayton Choir concert, and it was it's always fantastic. I say it every year. It's great to see where the kids start at FMG and the
Where they end up.
progression, having it the same night. They started an FMG Glee Club this year, so that was an added piece of the program. They had some amazing soloists and in one case a duet. And you just, the most interesting thing that struck me at this one was looking at the students that were there and just seeing the diversity that you have
Yeah.
in this district and how much talent is there. You know, all of our kids you tend to see the same kids in the same sports or the same clubs or whatever, but getting to an event like that where you see everybody who's there in the school and seeing the diversity of not only the kids but their talents and their interests. I mean, it was everything from rock to pop to like a Chinese country song that was amazing.
It was. She had amazing-
And you know,
amazing voice.
it sound I don't know if that's what it's called, but it certainly sounded like a country western, but in Chinese. It was
Sort of.
fantastic. So the kids did great, and it's always nice to see what they're doing in the arts and see what they're doing when they're expressing their own artistic interests. Not just what they do when they're in one of our shows, but hey,
Outside of that.
pick something that you want to sing and get up there and knock them dead.
And
They
you
did.
have to audition for that. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to. It's not. You just don't get it. Yeah. Third is Sandmeyer. Yep. Yep. It's here at the high school, right?
On the 31st, I drove past over here today, their concert is here also.
Yeah. And actor, would you like to say something?
That's okay. Last week was the band concerts.
Strings. Yep. Yeah, great music program. Yeah. Okay. Any other business? New World. Yeah. Mhm. Okay.
I move to adjourn.
Moved by Mr. Silverstein, seconded by Mrs. Shanis. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Meeting adjourned.